Hello farmers, welcome back to Hinterland. We're going to be starting this episode with putting down 3 production buildings. The first one we're going to be putting down is the Sawmill. This is going to be from the Platinum Edition, and this is the one that you didn't see on Silver Run. This is the one they added later on. If I can find the... There we go, Platinum Edition Sawmill. So we can make, I'm sure, wood beams and planks and, of course, all that good stuff. And let's see here. I don't know. I never used this before, so we're going to put it down somewhere here. I'm just trying to figure out how I want this to kind of look. And yeah, we just do that. Quick and easy. We're going to be using that today, actually. So get ready for that, because I got some answers for our loan interest payments that we got to do at midnight. The next thing we need to put down here is, well, this is going to be for food for the animals for the most part. I need pellet production. So... yeah, we got to bring like sugar beets over here and hay. So yeah, of course we can do sugar beets because we are going to have our root crop harvester going for potatoes. So might as well get the header for sugar beet as well. Let me go ahead and put that like I don't know, like something like that. Sure, that looks good. And now we got something we call the grist mill. This will help us make well, grist meal. This will be kind of helpful for cattle and I think even the sheep for wintertime. And let's see, I think we're going to go ahead and put that down. Let's see, I think that's the front of the building. Let's see, what does this cost? Like 96, and that's 96.70, so it can't be too much for landscaping. There we go. Easy peasy, nice and easy. Good way to start the episode by spending... oh, well, 200 grand. That's not too bad. Yeah, we're going to be doing some lumbering here for sure. Tree harvesting, but we got to buy some land. And I'm eyeing up that knoll right in front of us. We're going to get to that here very soon. I did go ahead and increase the loan. We are now up to $7.5 million borrowed. And probably going to spend most of it this episode. Let me go ahead and get out of fly mode. We'll drop on down now. There we go. All set. So if we go into our production buildings now... so the bakery, I'm getting to think we might use less and less of this. The only thing I might bring over here is to make flour. So let's see, the dairy, so the grist mill. Grain grist is what that's called. That's going to be key for feeding, of course, the sheep. So hay will work good in the wintertime, but I don't want to just keep using conditioned grass because that's the simplest way to use it, and we may use it when we need to. But we're going to try to make some grain grist, potato cut, which is something else we can feed the cattle, I do believe. I think that goes to the cattle. So potatoes and let's see, what does that take? Oh, when I saw the symbol, I thought it was going to be like potatoes and hay or straw. It's just plain old potatoes. We can do that. We can make cut sugar beet here as well. So, bring sugar beet in. It makes cut sugar beet. And that could be key for... coming on down here, where is it? Hay pellets, and also can make beet pellets. So beet pellets here, I need 2 beet pulp. Okay, so where do I, wait, can I make beet pulp in this one? I can make sugar beet, but not beet pulp. It's so confusing. Whole bunch of new food groups I got to get used to. Let's see. No, not this. So hay pellets is good. I can bring over the hay bales and make hay pellets with it. Although we kind of lose value in our hay. But in a sense, by making hay pellets, in theory, well, not in theory, they do last longer. They won't decompose as fast as hay would. But of course, in Farming Simulator 22, we don't have decay, so it wouldn't matter. But at least I can store hay pellets here, and I have hay bales everywhere, or, putting into a bale barn. But beet pulp. Incoming material, beet pulp. So I don't have a way to make beet pulp, I don't think, yet. I can make beet pellets, but that needs beet pulp. And I do believe that's molasses up there. Oh, wow. We got a lot to figure out there. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to take it slow at first with the Maizeplus food add-on. And, yeah, just take it slow. And, yeah, we're going to try out things here and there. So another thing I added was if we go over to our animals. Where am I here? No, there we go. Let's go over to the cow barn. I did grab the other bales of straw. and brought that over on the trailer and plopped it on in here. So we got a good amount of straw. But I have added, the mod just came out like a day or two ago. We have now a chance, I think it's called realistic animal losses. That's what it's called. So, yes, our animals now can perish, pass away under certain conditions. So, if your animal gets to be 60 months old or 5 years old, which is the max that Giants calculates, once they get 60 months old or older, there is a low probability of the animal passing away. The other possibilities of animals passing away, if their health is below 25% for more than a few hours. So, yeah, if if they don't have a good amount of food in there and their health declines, there's a low possibility that their health can, cause them to pass away. And I think the reason why they have it a few hours, because if there's a newborn, of course, their health is at 0, and it'll take 3 hours at least for the health to get above 25%. If their health gets way low, say down to 0, and because there's no food, there's a high possibility that the animals will perish. So that's the big one I gotta look out for. We can't let our animals go without food. So yeah, that's why we only have 2 cows to start with. And of course, right now we only have 10 sheep, but those are reproducing already. And wait, I think are you ladies reproducing? I think they already are, because I think I bought 18-month-old cattle. Yes, they're in reproduction. But at least we're only going to go from 2 to 4, and I think I can handle that. But as for the sheep, oh yeah, I haven't gone in and edited the XML file yet, although I don't know how much food the sheep are going to go through. So I'm kind of keeping my eye on this, but I think I am going to upgrade how much food these sheep can hold, because I think at 195 sheep, only 12,000 liters of food for the Maizeplus food animal add-on. They're going to chew through that really, really quick. All right, so since we're borrowing a lot of money, we got to get to doing something kind of important. That is making money early, because we're not going to be making money for about 1.5 years here. So we're going to go into here, and we are going to get ourselves a forestry machinery, and we're going to be cutting down some trees today. And I'm trying to think, do I want to buy this or do I want to lease it? It's $470,000. If I lease it, it's $23,000. I'm trying to figure out how heavy I'm going to get into forestry. Do I just want to lease it once in a while? So basically, if I lease it for, we'll just say $25,000. So that means 16, 17, 19. I could lease this almost 19 times before I equaled what the whole payment would be. So basically, as long as I don't use it for more than an hour, which I don't think I would, I think we're just going to start with leasing it. So we're going to lease that today, cut down some trees. The next thing I'm going to need is I need a way to transport the trees. And for today at least, yeah, I am going to be using the auto-loading trailer. I just got to remember where that is going to be under. Is that under forestry equipment? It is. And I think if I just get the ones 12 meters, yeah, I think we'll be doing fine here. 39,000. If I lease that one, it's only 2,000. All right, so we'll just lease that for now. Leasing is something I don't do too often, and I get nervous about leasing it because there's a good chance that I'll forget I leased it and it'll be sitting in there for a while. Oh, the other thing I'm going to need is the Devour Trees mod, so I can cut down the stumps. Not really necessary for today, so I'm going to hold off onto that. Let me find... Where's the tree harvester? There we are. Alright, we need to drive on over. This could take me a second because it's only 13 miles an hour top speed here. And I think if I go this way, it'd be quicker. But we're going to be putting a wind turbine, something I haven't used. I can't remember if it was at the end of the FS17 Pacific Northwest series, or was it at the end of the Pacific Northwest FS19 series. Can't remember when, but this is the last time, that's the last time I used one of these big turbines. And actually the price has decreased on those. They're only $750,000. Now the description says they bring in like something like $66,000 a month. I went on the test map on hard economy. It brings in roughly $33,000. Right now our loan interest per month is like around 22,000, and that was at 6.5 million. Now we're up to 7.5 million, so it's going to go up there. So this is going to help us kind of keep a good balance for a little while. So I'm kind of going for that forest area up on the hill straight ahead. So it's going to take me a second to get there. Let me get the tree harvester over there. Then let me grab the Volvo truck, go down, grab the trailer, and I'll meet you over here. And of course, we got to buy the land, start cutting down some trees, make a little bit of a road up to the top of the knoll, and kind of clear it out, give us some room to put down the wind turbine, place that down, and then we can move on to some other things. And then, of course, so I do want to bring the logs we cut down on over to the sawmill so we can start producing some stuff. I don't know what I want to produce yet, but maybe we'll just turn everything on. I don't know. Well, here we are. We're all set to rock and roll right on over here. So let's go to farmland. This lot right here, we're going to buy that. And while we're here buying some land, I want to buy, I think we'll buy this one right here. And then also, since we're busy buying some land, I think we're going to buy field number 33 over here as well. And I think we're all set. So I'm thinking over here could be the potato field, maybe the sugar beet field as well, or maybe we'll have the potato field, sugar beet field. I say that's to start with crop rotation. This year will be potato, well, next year will be potato field. Then, of course, depending on the crop rotation, potato field then could be, I don't know, over here in these fields. I should also mention what I did between episodes. Let me actually take you down to the farm in case I forget to do that. I went ahead and leveled the land around our beautiful shed and put some gravel down. It was easier to see with the gravel being down. And of course I leveled out between our garage and the shed and got the gravel down there as well. I got a couple of spots where we got an entryway. We got an entryway here, and we got also another entryway over there coming out to this other road. Over here, we ended last episode making those hay bales. Those are picked up, and as you can see, we do have lovely, lovely barley growing over here. So that is all set, ready to go. Yeah, it's been limed and, of course, fertilized when I planted the barley. So that's what I did between the episodes. Let's get back up here to where we need to get to work. We need to start clearing out a way so we get to the top of the hill to put down the wind turbine to start making some money. Some money, money, money. It's been a minute since I used a tree harvester, so let me go ahead and figure out how to... Okay, so it's not like X to unfold, it's just do that. Oh, it's Z to unfold. Okay. And it takes a second to unfold when it wants to. All right, we do want to change the width, of course, to, we got 12 meters. Yes, we do. Turn on the header itself. And then just start making our way up the hill. Cut down trees as we go. And just like that. So, of course, all this lumber will be brought to the sawmill, and we'll start producing, I don't know, I don't know, I think maybe just make one product. Have no idea. Depending on how much lumber we have. Oh, don't bounce around that way, because now you're going to get on top of the tree harvester. Oh, well. It should roll off, maybe. Or stay on. Probably stay on just to annoy me, right? And what I want to do is make a road going up to the wind turbine. Just like a little bit of an off-road. So, kind of make it look like if it needed service or something, vehicles could get up here. Yeah, I'm not really sure how much I want to get into the tree harvesting here, but I want to have it here to make us some money through the winter months, so we do have the option. To get involved in this once in a while. There are some other production buildings out there for the trees. I mean, I saw one for making wood chips, but I decided to go back to the Platinum Edition a little bit. Of course, we could just make wood beams and such, and maybe make some of the products that we could in Silver Run. So maybe I'll bring this stuff over to the sawmill. Everything but prefab walls. I don't think we needed prefab walls for anything on the production buildings. I think it was long planks that most of the production buildings needed. So maybe I'll just make long planks, and then we can take those down to make shingles and other materials. I do have the mod turned on for... we're not doing contracts here, but I do believe I got the supply and transport contracts on, so we can probably make a little bit extra cash for maybe doing that if we get lucky. I have yet to actually take one of those contracts, because usually when I'm selling stuff, it's when the price is high. So I'm only selling that product like one time a year. And to actually have the supply and transport contract up for that at the same time is going to be kind of rare, I think. I didn't really walk up here, but it seemed like it was a lot more trees up here than I thought there was. Let's see, where is... that's right, they don't show the map grids on there, so I'm not really sure I know how far we actually own, but I'm pretty sure it'll tell me at some point, like, hey, you don't own this tree. Now what I'm trying to do is get to the peak of this little mountain to put the wind turbine on top of. I did have a look on the mod hub for generators. That's what they're classified as, and didn't really see anything of interest. I saw different variations of the wind turbines, but and I was like, you know what? I haven't used one of the giant wind turbines in a couple of years. I'm only going to put down one because that should be enough to cover the loan interest at midnight. So at least when I go to bed and wake up, we won't lose money. Well, technically we could lose money because the wind turbine is actually making money per hour. But during the day, the entire day, it'll profit $33,000. So overnight, it'll profit maybe, like $12,000, $13,000, depending on how many hours we sleep. But overall, throughout the day, they'll make enough money in the day to cover the loan interest. You know what I probably should do to make this a little bit easier? Actually, let me turn the engine off. I'm not going to use that for an hour, but you never know. Let me go into construction, and I'll just place this down. That way I know where I need to go. It'll be easier. So there is also Omatana. She did put down where we can do this, where we get patronage wood. I could just put the sign down to make some money. But the problem is there was nothing like... you can see it goes from 8,400 to 84,000 to 840,000. Nothing really in between. This says it makes 67, but I think that might be for easy economy. Of course, we're in hard economy. So, yeah, land is not owned by you. So where is our... All right, so somewhere in here. That's fine. Are we at the peak of what we own at least? I say that's close enough, and you know what? I want the blades kind of like facing the farm. Are we facing the farm? I can't angle down far enough to know if I'm facing the farm. and I can't expand the map when I'm in construction. All right, can I do it that way? The farm is actually down kind of that way. So if I have it facing the tree harvester, that's where we need it to be. And I guarantee you this is going to be placed wrong. Of course, now I can't even really see the tree harvester. Okay, so I think it needs to face kind of like that way. There we go. So there's $750,000 just spent. So now we got to definitely make sure we clear out the trees so the blades are not hitting anything. All right, let's clear out some of these trees here. Make way for the wind turbine. And we'll pick up these logs, get them on down to the mill, and we'll move on to doing some more work around the farm. Well, I think I got a decent amount of logs to bring on down. The one thing I did do was kind of put this a little bit maybe too close to the property line, because these trees back here I'm not allowed to cut. I did have to get myself a chainsaw. Of course, you know, as a tree harvester, every once in a while, you hit your own tree harvester as it's trying to trim the log, and of course it spits on out and or leave a limb behind, like that. So the logging trailer won't pick those on up for us. So now on the way out, I'm just going to go ahead and just make it a little bit wider through here. At least get one logging trailer on down to the mill so we can... Yeah, I think I'm just going to make long planks. Right now, I just think I probably won't have any of the production buildings from Platinum Edition to make shingles or something like that. Yeah, I would make more money doing so, but I think we're going to have enough other production buildings that we're dealing with, and we kind of use those on Silver Run. It's not like we're building a roller coaster or a boat here, so let's go ahead and make some long planks. Let's see, I must have come up this way, I think, but this tree is calling my name, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it on down. Don't dip me over. Yeah, if I was going to do more logging on here, buying this would be the prime thing to do. But I think leasing it is definitely going to save me some cash. Did I come up? Which way did I come up? It's hard to say. Did I come up this way? No, I must have come up from this way, somewhere. I don't see any trees on the ground. Well, my truck is not there. I'm lost in the woods. Ah, there we go. Oh, there's tire tracks in the ground. If I follow those, that might help me out a little bit better. I'm off course. Now, of course, leasing this for the amount that we did, am I going to get my money back for the logs I bring in and make long planks and sell them? Yeah, probably not. But, you know, it's all for fun. I could have come in here just with a chainsaw and cut down trees and cut them up that way. But life is so much easier when you got a lot of cash, you don't mind spending it, and have a machine delimb the trunks and cut them to size and all that. Besides, I'm using the chainsaw on Cylindra. But I'm just cutting down the trees. I'm not really delimbing those either. We're just dragging them as is over to the sawmill with the yarder. I will keep the tree harvester. I'm not going to return it when I get done here because maybe between episodes I'll come up here and who knows, maybe I'll get bored one night and just cut down about 50 trees. That way at least I get my money back on it. But I wanted to give the sawmill from the Platinum Edition a go. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to work as the other one does it. It's just more compact. Of course, it doesn't have the big pond and all that, but that's okay. Now, let's go ahead and leave that right there for now. Alright, so right now I got it on the left. I just want one pile, so I should be all set to start auto-loading on the left. Actually, I shouldn't be loading it as I drive. But as long as I go slowly, it's not going to go too far. Did I not turn it on? Helps if you turn it on. So there's B to turn it on and Z to start. Okay, yeah, I think I goofed up on that, but that's fine. Like I said, it's been a minute since we've done this. I'll come down and get those. But right now, we're just picking up the logs that are on the left. Go nice and slow. Now, it won't pick up ones that have limbs on them, so if the tree harvester missed one limb somewhere, the log won't get loaded. And maybe as the series goes on, and I don't have that much going on, we can go ahead and load them up properly, I guess that's the word I'll use. Let me go ahead and switch sides here. That way we can pick up these logs. Do got to be careful. If I remember, this auto-loading trailer does have a pretty wide range on it from what I remember when I first got it. But actually on this series here, because the forests are more open, I could probably use a bigger trailer and get bigger logs on down there. Not that it matters. Okay, I got more logs here than I thought I would. I thought I was going to... I'm like, oh, I'll be happy if we get a trailer load. Trailer load and a half. Still says... Well, let me turn it back on here. Oh, it's trying to load them to the back pile. So, yeah, the front pile is full. Alright, we'll sneak through here, hopefully. Just be careful not to drive over a stump. So we'll make like a service road coming up to the wind turbine, so if service needs to be done, well, it can be done. One thing I did notice when I was driving up here, though, this land that's right through here, it is rather bumpy. So you can see it right here. So farming here, I may have to smooth that land out a little bit. Harvesters are not going to like that. Farm is over to our left. So now that we got a good amount of factories down, production buildings, whatever you want to call them, it may be time to do some road building in here, parking lots, what have you. It must be the terrain around that building is kind of rough, so I'll have to smooth that on out. I did smooth the terrain around here as well in between episodes, so it should be... The BGA had a huge bump here, but now that's gone. So, since I never used this one before, but I got a funny feeling that big spot where the asphalt is, I'm guessing that's where I gotta drop the wood, and it is. Nope, that's for wood chips. Okay, wait, so I gotta back into the sawmill? Okay. So are wood chips just gonna pile there, or are they in like a hidden storage area? Can I leave them in the trailer? If I take the straps off, that would probably help. So the trigger is kind of low, I think, but if I just sit here and keep spamming. It's kind of funny how the logs will hover until you get into the vehicle, then they drop. Oh, I got one there. Actually, I got two of them there. There we go. All right, so where are we here? So, okay, so that's half of what this building can hold. Planks long. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and make planks long. So let's go ahead and activate that. And I'm just going to keep everything on storing so nothing spawns. Does it show me wood chips? Holds 20,000 liters of wood chips, but that's a good amount. So I hope I assume it's just going to store it in the building. And then when you come up here with a trailer, it'll probably just unload that way. So there is that. I'll have to go up and get the rest of the logs later. So I'm trying to figure out, yeah, I mean, one trailer load is half of what the sawmill can hold. So 2 trailer loads will pretty much do it. If I have any leftover logs, I'll just bring them on down and unload them into the loading zone and just leave them there, I suppose. Let's go grab the Voltra. And that's going to be way over here. Yep. Yes, it is. Yeah, let's go grab these hay bales over here. We're going to bring them over to the pellet production building. Oh, that's right. Articulated trailers. I got to learn. Don't back up with articulated trailers. Control. Left shift R. Let's load all these up. And then there we go. I still don't know how many bales this trailer can hold, so I haven't quite filled it up yet. Got plenty more grass to mow because we got to make more fields. I'm not sure. I'll probably make one more field for like wheat or barley. I got barley planted in a couple spots that we know of. Probably go ahead and plant wheat somewhere, because I can bring it over to the grist mill, and we got to make some. I got to check the recipe on that again. I got to learn these recipes for Maizeplus. I will have to make some more hay, because that'll be kind of crucial for making the TMR for the cows in the winter. Hay and silage is what we need. I still need to make, so I got to make more silage bales, more hay bales, just to make sure we got enough. I don't want to have to buy any if I can help it. Pellet storage is going to be off this road here. Nope, I took the wrong road. Where does that road come out? Okay, so between the bakery and the cow pen. Gotcha. All right, grist mill. I'll be seeing you in the future. So it kind of looks like the spinnery. Oops, I'm watching the unloading zone. Which way am I unloading? I don't know. Alright, well, left shift I, and we'll find out which way to unload. It's probably the wrong way. Of course it was. So I'll just do this. And then I'll turn that back off. Then I'll switch sides, and then there we go. And we'll give it a little bit of a helping hand. Not quite realistic, I understand that, but I'm not going 100% realistic here. That may be full. I think that might be full. All right, let's go back into our production buildings here. And let's see, this is pellet production. So, yeah, 75,000 liters, that's fine. Sugar beet, let's see. Okay, so hay pellets is this hay in the pellets. Sugar beet pellets is sugar beet and molasses. I think that's molasses. I'll have to double check that symbol. That might be molasses. And then beet pellets, beet pulp. So I got to figure out how to make beet pulp. Yeah, that's the one I don't think, we don't necessarily need to, but if I want to try some of the stuff out, I got to figure out how to make that. But yeah, is that the molasses symbol? So if I go in here, the pallets. Horse food, mineral feed, pig food, sheep feed. So there's the hay pellets, but we're making our own. That's right, you can buy carrots as well. There's molasses. Aha, that's the symbol right there. Sugar beet and, well, that's molasses. That's something we'll have to bring on down once we get some sugar beet. Whole bunch of other things here that I'm hoping not to buy, but molasses is something. I don't know if there's a production building for molasses. I haven't seen one, but yeah, we'll see. So it's kind of weird that we actually lose. We're going to lose half the amount of liters that we got for hay, but maybe the pellets will last. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but that's what we're here to try out. But one thing it is, it's kind of like a bale storage area, right? Just put 75,000 liters in there and start making some pellets. All right, so we got a couple production buildings up and running. We got our wind turbine that we can't. Can I see that from the farm? Can't see it from here. All those trees are probably in the way. Look out, deer. Okay, let's zip this around to here. I probably should. I do need to buy a weight for the Voltra for the back end, but that's when I'm picking up more than one bale. So the crops, can't wait to get to harvesting, but it's going to be a long time before we get into a good harvest. Although we do have a soybean harvest coming up, I'm guessing next month, give or take. Yeah, the cows should be good for a while. I think that meadow that they can graze in, that'll feed them all the way to winter. And it will take 3 months for these bales to ferment. These are just grass conditioned, ready to go. So if we need feed, we got some. All the sheep doing rather well, I hope. All right, so I do still have some money left, so let's go ahead and spend it. I mean, I can still borrow some more. Our limit is 10,000. So we are going to need a header for the combine because I got rid of it. We are going to be using the Honeybee, but not the 60-footer. It's going to be this one right here. So what's 15.2 meters? Is that like that's a little bit more than 45 feet, is it not? I think 13.7 is 45 feet. We'll just say it's maybe a 50-footer. This should work. The auger for the ideal should reach out far enough. But this is where we're going to go extreme on this header, unlike I did on East Vineland. Height control, I don't know if it actually does anything, but we're going to put it on there. So the Prairie Wind System, I'm going to put it on there because a lot of farmers are using this now, and a lot of them say it works really, really good. I don't know if it actually makes an effect here in Farming Simulator 22. I don't think it does. In the description, I didn't see where it does. I am paying $23,000 for it. But what it does is there is a turbo that pushes air out these little nozzles in the front, and it helps keeps the grain on the belt of the header. So as the header is going down and harvesting, grain's not bouncing and falling off the header. The air keeps pushing the grain back onto the belt. A cross auger, we're going to have that. And crop dividers, I do want those. And I think I'm going to go with these crop dividers right here. So the header alone is going to cost me $236,000, but something that we are going to need because I don't have one currently. I'm not going to bother to get the trailer for it yet. We'll see, you know, how it goes. I mean, a trailer is something I should be using, but since there's no traffic and all that kind of stuff around here, I think we're fine. So that brings me down to 487. All right, so we're still doing okay. I still got a lot of things I want to buy, so that's $7.5 million I borrowed. It'll do fine for now, but the header is something, you know, we're going to need next month, so I'm just going to go ahead and get it now. And the next thing I'm going to buy actually is a wheel loader. I'm going to need that for the potato harvesting or the potato production, and I'm going to probably need it also for maybe the sawmill as well. I don't know where the stuff is going to spawn, so we'll probably have to drag the long planks out and everything to get it out to the autoloader. I'm only going to use the autoloader if I got to load a lot of planks or a lot of pallets. Okay, so what I want to make sure here is I did test this, but it should be fine. Now, if this auger was longer, like I remembered on, I think it was No Man's Land, where I was trying to use the Ideal, and I used a Midwestern 60-foot header, but that pipe does stick out further than the header, so that's what we want. So that works out rather well. And the header doesn't seem that big, so it might be, I think it's a tad over 40, we'll just say 45, 50-footer for us Americans, but it was, what, 15.3 meters for everyone else. Alright, we'll park this on up. The header, I guess I can park anywhere right now. I will say this, when I put down this nice big shed, and someone called it a hangar. But yeah, when I put down this nice big shed, it's like, well, that's going to hold just about everything. It's getting crowded as we go. Actually, probably the best way to park the header in, if I'm not going to use a trailer, I can just go ahead and like put it down like this. We'll drop that off there. Now we'll go ahead and park the combine like right next to it. Gonna make quick work of that soybean field that we have. Like I said, fingers crossed I'll be ready tomorrow. Alright, now I do need, not today, but for some reason I want to buy it today, wheel loaders. And we're getting the big boy, the Volvo. This is from the Platinum Edition, the L180H. And the reason why we're getting this one is because I can get the 10,000 liter bucket for it. So, alright, I can customize it later on. That's not a big deal. So if I do combinations, where is that big bucket? Is that at the end here? Where is that? Is it this one? Nope. It's not that one. It's that one right there. So this bucket only fits on the wheel loader that we got. And that's going to be key for doing the potatoes. And while I'm here, I don't want those pallet forks. I'm not doing containers. Let's see. I got to go to this page here. Scroll on down. Wheel loaders. Will this fit on the 180? It does. So I want the narrower forks. There are wider ones, which is good for the wood containers, but we don't want that. We just want the smaller ones. All right, let's head on over to the shop. I mean, in theory, I didn't need it until probably next year. Or I may need it next month for the pallet forks to get the long planks up. I want to sell it. I don't think I can pick these up, can I? Oh, I can pick them up. It used to be that even with super strength, you couldn't pick those up. But this is going to be parked over into the shed where the potato production is. So that dropped the money all the way down to $158,000. But with the wind turbine going, we should be okay breaking even with the loan interest. So the pallet forks I'm going to drop off. Probably shouldn't have put the bucket up like that. I'll just put those like so. For now, I can park this right into here. So once again, in case you didn't see it, this is going to be making, we take our potatoes that we're going to harvest, and this machine here, the recipe we're going to do will be pig food. It'll make, the one recipe should make pig food. It'll make seed potatoes. It'll make premium potatoes. It'll come out in either bag form or pallet form. So pallet forks, you know, could be kind of handy. This can only hold 20,000 potatoes at a time, if I remember that correctly. So since, you know, potato harvest, we're going to get a lot. We're going to put the potatoes into the main silo, which we haven't bought yet. And then every once in a while, we'll bring some potatoes over here, and we can put potatoes into the silo because Maizeplus allows us to do that. And you can even cover them. We'll get to that once we get that far. It's pretty easy to cover them. You just kind of, you got to pretend like you're putting chaff into the silo. And you basically got to kind of just back up onto the material for like a second, and it'll go from 0 to 100% compacting, and then you put the tarp over it. You're not really fermenting anything. You're just covering the crop as a farmer would when it's out in the open like that. So that's why the wheel loader's there, so we can take the potatoes out of the silo and dump it into the potato production building when it is ready. Yeah, so I think the last thing we're going to do is let's grab the Volvo truck. We'll go back up there and see if I got another trailer load of trees, which I probably do. And then all the extra trees, yeah, I guess we'll just leave around. Another thing I could do, I could just keep cutting down the trees and leave them up there, because I do have the tree harvester. You know, I paid for the first hour, so maybe just cut down a whole bunch of trees up there and just leave them there. And every once in a while, I could, probably the better thing to do would be to buy this trailer right here, and that way I don't have to worry about leasing this either. We'll make some roads around here once we expand further, make more fields. Oh, now we can see the wind turbine. Yeah, that's not facing the farm at all. That's facing like that general direction, not that direction. But you know what? Close enough. Close enough. So, yep, going to be making a big field here, so I've got to cut the grass. Do the process that we've been doing, making other fields. Cut the grass first. Make whatever. I only want one pile here. Thank you, one pile. It's on the right, so B to start loading. There we go. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, cut the grass. I'm going to make more hay and silage bales, because, you know, winter is going to be fast approaching. Got to make sure we got feed for animals now that we got the mod to where they could perish. Am I driving over a stump? I believe I'm driving over a stump. And that already switched to the back pile, which we only got one pile going. Technically, the best way to use an auto-loading logging trailer like this is to turn it off, and then drive up to a set of logs, turn it on, and then every time you move, turn it off, and then you're all set. But me, I like to do it on the move. Now, of course, with our factories, we do have the factories upgrade mod, so if we so desire and our factories are not keeping up with what we're trying to do, we could always go ahead. Am I strapped? Did I strap that log in? We can always go ahead and upgrade our factories, and it'll do double or triple, depending on how many times we want to upgrade it. All right, let's go bring these set of logs back. I don't think I got another full trailer up here, maybe a half a trailer. But we could always bring them back on. We can always bring the tree harvester back up and cut down a whole bunch of trees up here. And then in the future, we could replant some trees. Now, I've already checked. The lodgepole pine trees are not available on this map either. But it does have some of the other trees down that I could use. So I would prefer lodgepole pine. That seemed to work rather well on Silver Run. But when I go to buy the pallet, it doesn't list the lodgepole pine as being available. So maybe we'll just stick with the spruce. But I think we're a little bit of ways away from putting those on down. Got a few bumps here and there. That's why my truck is doing what it's doing. Of course, it could be collectibles. It seems like the collectibles were the one we found over by the swamp. That was like in the middle of a meadow grass field, but it was near a highlighted, well, what I would call a picturesque highlighted area where you got a little bit of the swampy sugarcane, looks like. And of course, you got the frog sounds. Now, if I start unloading, it's going to unload to the left. I want to unload to the right. And I got that backwards. And now I got logs. I got logs spazzing out there. Yeah, I want to switch it to the right because I'm an idiot, basically. Let's try that again. And now it's doing it over there as well. Maybe next time I'll just unload it from the trailer and just have to keep getting in the truck to do it. And that's probably the sawmill full. It says 74. I thought this was a whole 75. Oh, probably because the trees are more than 1,000 liters, so I can't take those. Can I grab that? There we go. And let's grab that one. All right, so auto unload in here is not a very good idea. Throw that there. But this sawmill, again, is from the Platinum Edition. I'll just drop that there. So if I had it on spawning, I guess this is the 4 categories that would spawn in. Let's go ahead and turn that off because I think I'm done picking up logs for now. So we'll let that run on through. So no, oh no. So the wood chips actually do spawn here. So that's another thing I could use the Volvo wheel loader. I'll have to come over and scoop them on up. So you can see they're already forming here already. And probably just go ahead and sell the wood chips outright. Does the BGA... I don't know if this BGA takes wood chips or not. Industrial BGA. Grass silage, maize silage. Does take potatoes, but we got some of that manure slurry. Yeah, I don't see anything for wood chips on this one. Alright, so we'll just sell the wood chips outright, it looks like. Don't think I have a use for them in any recipe currently. But you never know what I'll find on the factory's mod hub or what will show up on the factory's mod hub. So yeah, we do got plenty of uses for the bucket loader on the wheel loader. Can't wait to actually get this up and running, but that's going to be another year from now. So yeah, we have spent pretty close to $7.5 million, and we got more spending to go. Although right now, I think we are okay for what we're doing because I don't have much more to plant here in the fall. Let me just double check on that to make sure Nope, wrong thing. I need the calendar. Where's the calendar? There it is. So I could plant canola, but it had to be this month. I got another month to plant wheat and barley if I wanted to, but nothing else for planting. Now, soybeans harvesting is in October and November, so it could be next month those soybeans are ready, or the following month. And then we got the winter months where we don't have much going on, just taking care of our animals. Then, of course, the next spring, we'll get to planting potatoes, which I can do first thing. Sooner the better. Might do some corn, but we also got to do some sugar beet. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But that's still 6 months from now, and we got a ways to go before we get there. Got to make some more fields, get all that prepped up, and we got to make sure we get enough food for the animals. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Hinterland. But until then, have a good one.